Okay, I don't know if the mic's working. This is Shimizu Tera. Shimizu, it's a temple called Shimizu. And according to the records of the temple, it was created in 806, 1200 years ago. However, it's not entirely sure, but at least in about 1200, it's recorded as having existed in a fairly accurate historical document. So we know it's at least 800 and probably 1200 years old, and that makes it probably the oldest temple in the Yamaguchi region. And it has um, three historical artifacts that are listed among the prefecture's sort of pride, and a very nice um, what do you call it? Gate. The Japanese are into gates. I think the gate has in itself a significance. You know, that's sort of all about sort of getting through to the purity on the far side, where through many gates, and the more pure and the more sacred it becomes. And we've got two Buddhist statues with their ferocious looks, the sort of Buddhist equivalent of um, the comma dogs in front of shrines. And like the comma dogs in front of shrines, they communicate wordlessly with one with a shut mouth here, and I forget their names. Ungyo is one of his names, and the other one with a open mouth here, like the dogs in front of Shinto shrines. And they have a lot in common, I think, that they're protecting and keeping out the sort of the nasties that might otherwise go up these 200 steps. I've got 200 steps to walk, which are mossy, and I've got my trail running shoes on again. Um, I visited another temple recently, um, and I put it onto my karate channel. Maybe I'll take it down and put them both onto my Timtak Yamaguchi introduction channel. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of leaves, red leaves and green leaves, and moss on the steps. However, I'm not finding it particularly uh, hard going, touch wood. The steps are tall. Um, hmm. It says it's paid for by the taxes of Yamaguchi prefectural citizens. And unfortunately, it's abandoned. There's even up here a residence for a priest, and that too, I presume, is abandoned, despite being the oldest temple in Yamaguchi City. And I've been passing it a lot for the past 20 years I've lived in Yamaguchi. And I've never seen people go up here much. You know, it's not like there's any visitors here today, despite the magnificence of this uh, stairway through the forest. And I think this may be a fortification. It looks a bit like it, but I don't know. The stairway goes around a steep wall, which here apparently is the place where the priest lived, the house, halfway up the stairs, approximately. Oh, look, isn't that sad? No one lives there. Just have a quick peep. I presume that the corrugated iron on the top there means that underneath there's a thatched roof. Yeah, looks like a nice place to live. I wish some keen Buddhist would come and live there. And the steps continue up to the temple proper. Uh, and here's a bell. Sometimes find them in front of shrines as well. It's saying don't go in and ring it because it's roped off and there's nothing to ring it with. I presume that the structure isn't too safe anymore. My theory is that they originated in horse bells that became larger and larger. But these days they're associated with New Year's Eve and ringing them to ring out your greed and sins. With each dong of the bell, you lose one of your 108. And Japanese rosaries, juzu, have maybe, what is it, 27? A quarter of that number beads, so that when you pray or chant to the Buddha of Light, perhaps, uh, wow, this is a kind of pretty place. They came at the right time of year, with the red leaves. Could have come a bit earlier, most of them on the ground, but yeah, it's got momiji, these little star-shaped red leaves, and very picturesque. These lanterns are never lit but always lit because the light shines in the darkness. Isn't that nice? As I say, I think they're all on about the same thing, which is the hard problem of consciousness. What is this light? Why is it here? Oh, isn't it beautiful? I don't suppose that is thatched, but it's got corrugated iron on it. So what I presume has happened is that the wooden roof has become old, and rather than repairing the wooden roof, they've taken the cheaper alternative of putting a corrugated iron layer on top. And this is the Kannon Hall, and there'll be a statue of the goddess of mercy and a Buddha kind of person inside there, and we're invited to donate something, which I may do. Um, at the back, but I can't see in there, unfortunately, and there's a lock. Ah, in fact, though, in the toilet at the bottom, uh, where I got changed where I left my bike, there was a key by the side of the urinals. And I wondered what it was for, but it's quite likely that it's for the faithful to open up the door and go in for a pray, because there's no one here anymore. But there's lots of senjafuda, which is what people do when they want to pray for something. They go around to a lot of temples and stick their name. Don't think people do it all that much anymore, but they've stuck their name on the wall of this temple. Rather grand place. Good place for a picnic, perhaps. It's got a bell. Oh, it's kind of different to a shrine bell. You have to sort of, instead of rattle it, you've got to hit it. And the what's it called? The lattice work. Again, I think that perhaps the light of our consciousness is latticed by our nose and brow, but I'm not sure about that. The goddess of mercy, and further up on the hill there's another little structure which again contains, I believe, some sort of Buddhist statuary. We'll go and have a look. Me and my Buddha of light. Huh, but he's doesn't need to move, I guess. Here's where I'm moving. Okay, and this is the last place that I shall introduce in this video. Taking it easy up the steps. What is it? It's like it's probably locked. Yeah, it is locked. And in there, all right, it's a Shinto shrine because this is well from yeah, it's the Mountain King Shrine. Oh, a Shinto shrine painted red from the days when uh, Shinto and Buddhism were all the same religion. In fact, I think they still are, to be honest. But many of the faithful may disagree with you. And again, there's a place to slip your money in. I'll put my offering in this one here. One, two. No, that wasn't very good. One, two. Ah, okay. So this is Shimizu Temple, pure water temple. It means, and this shrine was to protect the temple. The Mountain King shrine was to protect the temple. So they came in pairs originally. So come to Shimizu Temple because it's really pretty, especially at this time of year. Anytime from about October to well, that's December. Thanks.